Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my review for The Walking Dead, Season 8, Episode 5. And this episode came out on November 19th, 2017. And this episode was actually an hour. Well, actually, it was 52 minutes, but it didn't feel like 52 minutes. It felt like it was only like the same amount of time a normal Walking Dead episode is. It moved by very fast. I actually thought this was a really good episode here. I don't think it was a great episode, but I definitely thought it was a really good one. This episode kind of focused more on the sanctuary side of things when it came down to this episode, which I thought made sense. We really hadn't seen a lot from them since the season premiere, so it made sense to kind of focus on their side of things, which I liked. So let me kind of talk about it. It showed a flashback first of Gregory, and this was after he went to the sanctuary, well, to try to make peace with them. And Simon comes in and tells him how proud of him he is that he did what he told him to do and came to the sanctuary, and told him that he had some sort of problem. It's exactly what he told him to do when he gave him like a nice breakfast with pancakes and scrambled eggs. Um, and Gregory says that all he wants to do is just to end the war between the Saviors and his group back at the hilltop. And he just wants to, and he says he has a solution. And then Simon says that he's willing to hear the solution. So then all of the main leaders of the outpost sit down with Gregory, that being Negan, Dwight, Eugene, Simon, Nirvana, I think her name is, and no, Regina. I don't know why I said, and Gavin and Eugene, and they're all talking about how they can prevent um a war with the hilltop, and um Gregory tries to negotiate with Negan, talking about how he knows you don't like to kill anybody just as much as I don't. And Negan then says, I love to kill people, but I kill people in the right way and at the right time, um, which I thought kind of fit Negan's character. Um, and Gregory was kind of a little bit shooken about this, and Gregory acts like that he's the main leader of the hilltop. He's the one that calls the shots. He's the top dog in the hilltop. That they will listen to him, and he gives them an idea that if we can make the hilltop surrender by forcing them, that he can make the hilltop surrender by forcing them to by telling them that they won't have a house to go back to. So we found out that everything that Gregory said in the episode 3 was all a lie. And Negan then thinks he's bullshitting him. He thinks that Gregory knew about the attack at the hilltop, or he's suspicious that he didn't know about the attack. That the hilltop that the hilltop went into business for themselves and took Maggie's orders. And then Gregory says that he didn't know anything about the attack. Maggie just kind of was in over her head and went into business for herself because that's what Alexandria does. And then Negan then says that he wants to have Rick, Ken Ezekiel's, and Maggie's head, Maggie's deaths be the worst death that they've ever suffered. And he wants them dead right and hung right up with the other walkers right at the sanctuary. And then it showed we had the gunshots from the militias group. So then then it shows the scene where everybody went out and had the scene where Negan and the militia had that conversation. So I like this flashback here. This will get an up. What will get it down is, why didn't they just add 52 minutes? Well, no. Why didn't they just have episode 1 be 52 minutes and they could have just all shown all of this in the season premiere? That really didn't make any sense to me because we didn't really need to take away time from this episode to dedicate to this had we just shown this in the first episode. That's my opinion, but that's just what I think. And I'm not going to go over everything else that happened chronologically in order. I'm just going to kind of go over the storylines all at once. I'm going to kind of start off with the stuff that went down with Rick and Daryl. Rick and Daryl take, back. They're asking the guy. They're asking that savior that they shot down his truck. If everybody else at the West outpost post survived, and he said that we're all dead anyways, because he's about to die. And then Rick and Dale take all of their explosives, and Dale wants to use the explosives and blow up the sanctuary to finally win this and send a message to Negan. But Rick doesn't want to do it that way because Rick wants to, stick to the plan, and he doesn't want to do this because there's workers in there and families that, and if they do that, they'll, it will end up being a fight against them, and they'll want to align themselves with Negan. But Dale doesn't listen, so then Rick and Dale get into a fight, and the explosives get thrown into the truck, and it causes the truck to blow up. But you could kind of see that there was some tension between Rick and Dale, and I think Rick didn't really want to kill these people, because after what happened in episode 2, when he went and murdered that Gracie's father, he doesn't want to murder any more mothers and fathers. So they kind of go their separate ways. And then Rick's walking, and he sees that a helicopter's watching over him. And when he went to go to another outpost, they already knew he was coming. So I like the stuff that took place with Rick and Dale. I thought that gets enough. You can kind of see why Dale wants to just kill him, because he really doesn't care about I'm just gonna respond to this text. Hold on. All right, and then so yeah, I like the stuff that took place with Rick and Dale. I'm like they did say going into the season with the documentaries I was watching, there was going to be a lot of Rick and Dale just being around each other, and I love the stuff. I love Andrew Lincoln and Norman Diaz together in a scene. I think they really make it work. And then it goes back towards the sanctuary, and Negan and Gabriel are trapped into that in that camp, like into that RV thing, in the box trailer. That's what I was trying to think of. And Negan's asking Gabriel why he went and tried to save Gregory after he just betrayed the group. And Gabriel said that he really couldn't figure it out himself, but then he said he figured it out. He said that he figured it out. He says that he's here for Negan's confession. And Negan said that he doesn't have anything to confess. And then Gabriel starts to question what his strengths and weaknesses are. And Negan says that he doesn't have any weaknesses. He utilizes his weaknesses and makes them his strengths. And he says that he's not a bad person. He gives everybody an opportunity to survive. And he said that he kills when he feels like it's necessary. And he talks about how Rick got other people killed. And then Gabriel starts to ask if he had any wives before the wives that he has now. And then Negan reveals, then at first Negan doesn't really respond to it. He tells Lucille to give him strength. And then Gabriel takes his gun and runs into another part of the box trailer. And the walkers had started to break in, and Negan pulls one of them in and kills it with Lucille. And Gabriel confesses his sin, revealing, because Negan's telling them that they have to work together to get out of here, and he wants to make him a worker for him. And Gabriel confesses one of his sins when he reveals that he locked out all those people out of the church and just let them die. And he says that he'll work with Negan to get out of here if he confesses one of his sins. and Negan confesses that he had a wife before all of this, that he didn't really treat all that well. He just kind of screwed around with other women, and reveals that she was very sick. But then, after the world went to shit, which is the apocalypse, she died and he didn't have the guts to put it down. And he said that's his weakness. And I think we're supposed to assume that it's Lucille. And that's why he calls his barbed wire baseball bat Lucille. So I think I like that because we got to get into a little bit of the background and Negan, so I thought that was really good. So I liked this scene. So all this stuff that took place with Negan and Gabriel getting up. And as all this was happening, Dwight, as all this is happening, I gotta look. Dwight, Gavin, Regina, and Eugene and Simon all assume that Negan is as good as dead, so they're trying to kind of figure out what to do with the sanctuary from this point going forward. And they figure out that somebody has been working on the inside, has been working with the militia, and they think it's Eugene since he's been associated with these people before, but we really know that it's Dwight. So Eugene is kind of suspicious of Dwight. They kind of go and have like a little bit of a conversation, but they really don't kind of say it. That's just that Eugene's more suspicious about it. And then eventually the sanctuary loses power, and all the workers are upset about this. And what happens is, before this had happened, Rick and Gabriel cover themselves in walker guts to get out of the box trailer. And when they get back, Negan says that they're going to take good care of them, and keep and make sure that everything becomes okay. And then he takes Gabriel to his prison cell, and he threatens Eugene that if he can't get the power to work again, that he will murder Eugene. And if he does get it to work, he'll treat him like royalty. And then the episode ends when Eugene goes to Gabriel, and Gabriel says that they have to get the doctor back to Maggie at the hilltop. So overall, I actually thought this was a really good episode. It wasn't a great episode. I'll give it like a C+, which I think would be like, a 7.5 out of 10, which is a 7.5. I thought it was really good. It wasn't a great episode, but I thought it was really good. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. I will admit, Walking Dead's kind of starting to catch some fire this season. It's been overall pretty good this season, but I think it's, at first it was kind of starting to run through the motions, but now it's kind of starting to pick up steam. So now I'm going to go watch episode 6 and then come back and review that. So that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. And then click on the bell. So that way every time you upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. But before you click the bell, you have to subscribe so you can click the bell. And then make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers YouTube channel. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.